Walking 6 miles a day, every day, almost every day, for the past 2 years has been, I think, a very, very important part of both my weight loss and maintaining that weight loss. So losing the 65 pounds, I think, was definitely a combination of the eating and the walking. It kind of reinforced the habit. And then, the maintaining, I found it very important to continue walking. I landed on walking as my excuse-proof form of exercise. It didn't matter how tired I was, I could always get up and get some steps in. And I do it in my house, so again, there are no excuses. If I don't get my steps in, there are absolutely no excuses. If you're looking to start walking every day as your form of exercise, you're probably considering buying a Fitbit or other kind of fitness tracker. But odds are, you already have a fitness tracker. I've used both a Fitbit and a phone as my pedometer, and they each have their pros and their cons. So today's video is just going to be about the pros and cons of each and what my conclusions are. So first, let's talk about the benefits that you'll get whether you use your phone or you buy a fitness tracker. First of all, they're both going to give you an accurate count of your steps. They're both simple to use. Most apps will let you track your steps and your weight in the same app, and that's very important to track both your weight and your steps. So if you're not weighing yourself every day, you should check out my other video on why you should. That being said, there are some differences. So first, let's talk about the Fitbit. The Fitbit is amazing. I loved my Fitbit. I cherished that thing. I got it in December of 2014. And if nothing else, the one big realization that I got from it was I was sedentary. I did not realize how little I moved until I had a Fitbit on my wrist showing me just how few steps I got. There were days I would only get like 1,300 steps. The American Heart Association says you should get 10,000 steps a day. So it made me realize that maybe my lifestyle was also partly to blame for my weight gain. And the Fitbit is really fun. It's got a whole community, so when you're on the app, you can be friends with both people who just have Fitbits and your friends in real life who have Fitbits. And you can do challenges and you can have contests, and it's a lot of fun. You can see how, kind of keep each other accountable, which is good. So another really cool thing that I liked about the Fitbit, and maybe not everybody would like, was the badges. I love earning things like that, even though they have no value in real life. Like, for example, they had the Sahara badge, which you earn after you've walked 2,983 miles, which is the length of the Sahara Desert. Another cool feature is that it keeps track of your personal bests, which I found to be very motivating. Back in 2016, when I really got serious about I'm going to walk 6 miles every day, I told myself I would also beat my personal best every month. And so that was helpful because it really showed me what I was capable of. Like, I got over 40,000 steps in a single day, and then that made 14,000 seem like nothing. That being said, you'll notice I'm not wearing one. And the reason for that is after I'd owned it for a year and 9 months, it broke. Now, I bought mine in December of 2014, and I paid $80 for it. And I just felt like something that I paid $80 for should last for longer than that. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong, and maybe my standards were too high. But at that point, I just felt like that was a lot of money to spend on a pedometer that broke after not even 2 years of use. So I did contact their support team, and they were very nice. They basically said, we only have a 1-year warranty, and so here's a discount code if you want to, have 10% off or 20% off, whatever it was. I didn't buy another one after that. There are a couple of other cons. It can be kind of pricey for what it is. And they're not the prettiest things, like if you're out and you're dressed up, if you've got your Fitbit on, it's just kind of sporty looking. Although there are some options out there. Some independent crafters have really started to make some cute things like on Etsy, and some other companies have started to make little Fitbit holders. Some people have an issue with trying to remember to charge the battery, but what I found with that is if I could just charge it while I was in the shower, I never ran out of battery. It always was charged. I never had to deal with it. So now let's talk about using your phone. I've been doing this for the past year now, and I will say, whether you use a Fitbit or you use your phone, Either way, you can get your steps in. One thing that I was concerned about was that I would somehow not be as motivated to get my steps in if I only used my phone. But I found that it was actually just as easy to stay motivated because at that point, the habit had been ingrained. And that's something to consider. The Fitbit was fun and engaging and everything, and while I was forming my habit. After I'd formed the habit, then I used my phone. So I saw no difference in, my consistency. A big reason why I just started to use my phone was because I already had it with me when I was walking anyway. So, normally now I just listen to podcasts. So I've always got my phone in my pocket while I'm listening to the podcast. And in the beginning, a lot of times I was just watching Netflix, just, walking around my house watching Netflix. So I thought, what's the point of having a Fitbit when I'm already carrying around a thing that is a pedometer? So there's just one less thing to have to worry about. On the flip side of that, there are some not so nice things about using your phone as a pedometer. First of all, the battery drains really fast, so you're gonna have to be really diligent about keeping your phone charged so that when you are ready to go get your steps in, you have it charged up and ready to go. And if you're watching TV with your phone while you're getting your steps in, your battery's gonna drain quicker, so just be aware of that. And you have to remember to put the phone in your pocket if you want your steps to count. Which I've had to learn the hard way before. Also, pockets. Okay, phones are getting bigger, pockets are tiny. It's a problem. Also, my athletic shorts, which I'm usually wearing, don't have pockets. So with that, I tried, buying one of those dorky belt clippy things and strapping it to, and clipping it to my hip, but I stopped that because it broke. What I do now is I just stick my phone in between my hip and my waistband and just let the shorts hold it there, but that's probably a bad plan. I'll probably drop my phone and break it at some point. So bottom line, my suggestion would be if you want a Fitbit, go get a Fitbit. You'll enjoy it. It'll probably help motivate you more when you're getting in the habit of starting to walk. Also, it's cool to have a community around you, and it's just more motivating in general. But if you don't have the budget for it, still no excuse. You can still totally do this with your phone. And if you're kind of in that middle, like you don't really have a budget for a new one, but you think it would help you, go get a used one on eBay. Like just find a reputable seller and go get you a used one. Okay, so hopefully that helps. If you've had a Fitbit, tell me, did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you use it? Did it break? I would love to know because I'm looking to maybe buy another one in the near future. Maybe I just got a bad one.